So, how did your day go? Mine? Not so good. I'm John Zidar. This is On Top and Hot, and today is Tuesday. It's April 15th. Yeah, I had a bad day. Ended up taking a big loss of over $1,000 today playing options. I screwed up. That's the bottom line. I can't blame the cue. I can't blame the dog. I can't blame the almighty. It was me. I put the money in there. I made all the decisions. So, you know what they say. Some days you get the bear and some days the bear gets you. He got all of me today. Ow. Now, granted, I have had a good month. I've put in more than just a few thousand into my account this month, so I can absorb it, but that's not the point. Nobody wants to lose $1,000. So, what I normally like to do on this show is share hot penny stocks with you, because that's what I normally trade. Hot penny stocks under $5. And on Tuesdays, I like to bring you over to my Pennybois Discord group, which is where I work. I trade with the public every single day from bell to bell. From 9:30 to 4 o'clock, we are scalping. We're looking for stocks that are already running, not worrying about how high they're going to go. We're just looking to take probable moves. You know, it's like hitchhiking. Somebody leaves their house to go to a store in another city. You don't get in with them in their house and get off at the store. You catch part of the ride in the middle. That's all we need. That's all we're looking for, and that's what we do every day in there. Well, I have to look for a lot of charts. That's my job. I put lines up on them and I share hot information. They bring them in too. Well, I've got to get this information quick. I need resources to answer all the questions. I'm looking for hot charts. I'm looking for news. I'm looking for share structure, maybe financials, looking at scanners. I mean, God, there's a lot of places I'm going. And I have got a few hundred pages that I could use. I've got lots and lots of pages, but I boil it all down to a subset, a core group of pages I use every single day, most of the time. If I need something special, I've got it. But this is what I work with all day, getting information like that. And I think this can help you because it covers all the bases. Now, what you see right now is the way I have my computer set up every day. These pages I'm going to share with you, I put in tabs in the same place on my computer every day. They are always the last three over here. I know where they're at. My hand knows where they're at, so I can quickly jump to them. I used to have them just wherever they popped up. Man, was that frustrating. Looking for the right tab because I needed this or I needed that. So it's nice to know exactly where they're at. So every day I've got 2 tabs opened up for 2 different email accounts. I've got 2 Discord pages opened, one for my momentum plays, which I'm on all day, and then another one for maybe, say, the free lobby page or premium members page. I post information in there as well. Also have Twitter. I post information here, a lot of information. I've got 2 different Pennybois is who I work for. No, I have 2 different Facebook accounts that I post in. My Penny Pot Stocks account, I've had this one since 2018. I've been keeping it up ever since. And then another one I do as a favor to somebody, if you can believe that or not. Everything I post on Twitter basically is posted over here as well. Lucky him. This is home-based penny and OTC stock investing. He's got plans for this page. He hasn't started it all yet. Then I've got my studio opened up for where my videos are at. Like to keep there. Of course, I've got my Schwab page opened. Then I have my 3 pages. This is where I get all my information, folks. And that's what I want to do. I want to show you these 3 pages. Actually, I have 4 resources, but 3 pages that I use and get all my information. And I want to show you the different places you look to get that information in case you weren't aware it was there. We're going to start with my number 1 go-to site for doing due diligence and research, the OTCmarkets.com website. Now, contrary to what you may think, this is not just for OTC stocks. Hell no. They cover every single stock on the market, whether it be blue chip or OTC, whether it be a common stock or a warrant or rights. They are all here. Now, like most sites, they aren't complete, they're not exhaustive, they don't have 100% of all the information you're going to be looking for. But it's a great place to start. So that's what I do. So when you put in your ticker, just let me grab any ticker that comes to mind, AABB. In all my videos, I go through these tabs with you, right? You can see the daily volume on your overview, get a company preview in the description here, see what state, country they're from. You can see the share structure. You can see the news. Now, this is one place I get news. It's not the most reliable, but you can get news here. Up at the top is news just about the company. Down at the bottom, it'll be about the company and other companies like them. It'll be mixed news down there. Then you've got the financials. This is the numbers. You've got the annuals, the quarterlies, and you got balance sheets here. So you've got all your financials real quick. But if you actually want to dive into the financials, you've got those over here in your SEC filings and the financials, your disclosures up here. Now, there's a lot more information at this site that I make use of, and you can too. First, corporate actions right here, folks. Every single day, this is the very first place I come to because there are two things I post on Twitter, Discord, and on those Facebook pages. There's a lot of information on this page, but it's all hidden and most people don't know it's here. That little arrow right here, click that. There's a whole menu of different information that's available here. Venue changes, symbol changes, company name changes. Have you ever went looking for a company and you couldn't find it? They changed the name or they changed the ticker and it's like, I don't even know what it's called. I don't know how to find it. You can come over here and this will tell you, the very top one is the most current. You can see the companies that have changed their name and their tickers just like that. So you don't have to go doing any research. I come over here for two things. Stock splits. This comes out before the bell. So you can see what stocks have been split already. Reverse split, forward splits. It tells you all the information that you need. The other one that's very good, especially if you are into the OTC market. This is the OTC tier changes. You've got 3 tiers on the OTC. You've got the OTC pinks, which is the bottom tier, the most riskiest tier because they don't have any validated information. You've got the middle tier, the QB, we call that the better tier. It's better than the pinks because you get validated information. You have to be at least a penny, have to have your financials audited, which you don't have to do as a pink, and you have to start filing filings. And then you have the OTCQX, which is the best tier. It's as close as you get to the major exchange without being on the major exchange. You get all the filings, you get 10Ks, 10Qs, you get everything up there. Well, this tells us if they move from one tier to another, including the expert market. That's these black diamonds here. Stocks move down to the expert market off of the OTC when they fall behind on their financials and their filings. If they don't keep up with them and they fall behind, they go down to the expert market, which is not a delisting. It's more like a timeout, like in hockey. And they stay in that penalty box until their financials are caught up. And we can't trade their shares as long as they're in the expert market. So if you're invested in them, you're trapped with them while they're in the penalty box. Once they get them caught up, they come back onto the open market. Now, this can be a great way to find money makers. Biggest call I ever made was off of an expert market play. You see a stock that's on the expert market. If you see that all of their financials are in now, they're all caught up, you see their attorney letter is there, that could be coming onto the market. Now, a lot of these stocks, most of them, all of them, when they go onto the expert market, the price crumbles. Let's say it's a nickel. When it goes onto the expert market, if it's there more than a week, the price is going under 0001. Oh, yeah, it is. I don't know why, but the brokers and marketers just bid it down. And it goes way down, sometimes to 401, 501. I mean, it's unbelievable. Well, when they get all their financials caught up and they come back on the market, the price has to be at least 0001. And that's normally what they come back on, 0001, 0002. But they normally jump back to whatever price they were at before they came off of the OTC market into the expert. So if it came off at a nickel and comes on at 0002, Holy cow, the jump between there and there is humongous, folks. I can't even calculate it. It's over 100,000% gains. So these can move real quick, and if you have a heads up on it, that's a big deal. So this every single morning tells you which stocks have been promoted or demoted on the OTC, the old market and the new market. Now there's another page here that I want to share with you that used to be my favorite. I don't use it as much anymore, but it is still very, very good. Come over to current market or closing summary at the end of the day. They both bring you to the same page. This is the most active stocks on the entire OTC market. Every stock. Now, if you think all the stocks on the OTC market are penny stocks, you're completely wrong there. On the QX, man, there's stocks up there for $30,000 a share. On the OTC, you've got Heineken, Nintendo, EasyJet, Budweiser, L'Oreal. You got all these companies up on the QX, not on the major exchange because they're not American companies and they don't have corporate offices in America. So they can't get off of the OTC. So they go right to the very top, up to the QX, shining as best as they can. Well, all the stocks are included. We've got 12,400 stocks here. Most active. This is one page, but I'm taking you one particular page. They break down the most active into the advancers if you're looking for gainers, or if you're a shorter and you're looking for decliners, they got that information here as well. Now, as a person who likes to play gains, I come into the advancers. Now, this gives you all the basic information for all the stocks on the OTC. Every single OTC stock is listed here by its percentage gains up at the top. So we can see the biggest gainer on the entire OTC market was SALM, finished at $1.76. She was up 282%, right? She had volume of $5.5 million come into the stock today. She did 3.7 million in shares. And here's why I use the page. Trades. Folks, trades. Yes, this is a piece of information I cannot find on any other website, anywhere online. Have never, ever found it. This tells me how many trades have been made up to the point, when you look at it, into the company that day. This company had 4,900 trades. Folks, that's freaking incredible. Now, why is that important to me? Well, I like to trade with a crowd. The more people trading a stock, the more price action you're going to get. Look here. That's one trade, 3 trades, 12 trades. Now, the stock had huge run, 50%, 56. Well, if you don't know how many trades there are, if you're not looking and you're only looking at the volume or something, you may be misled. So when I come over here, if I see it's only had 12 trades, well, that could be 2 trades a person. That would only be 6 people. I don't consider 6 people a crowd. So I'm going to be looking for big numbers. I'm going to be looking for 100 at least. Now, as I said before COVID, to see 1,000 trades a day on a stock was nothing. Now it's a big deal. So to see 4,900 trades on one company, that was a very hot stock today. Now, sad to say, you can't change the order of these. I would like to get the most trades up at the top, but I can't. They put the percentage at the top. So you've got to scroll. Here's one at 119 trades. You can see there's not a lot of trades going on. So you look for the companies getting the most trades, and that's where you're going to get your price action. This one had a 19% gains today. And this will go down and down and down, folks. There is no limit. It'll just keep going until it hits the floor. There's 588 trades for ticker UURAF. So this was how I used to find hot penny stocks on the OTC. I would just come over here and find stocks that had lots of trades at that moment happening on the market. So I'd come over here at 10 in the morning. There's like a 15-minute delay on this. So when you get over here at the bell, it ain't up yet. You've got to wait like 15 minutes before this pops up. So there's lots of information that you can find over here at the OTC markets about all the stocks, all the markets, but particularly they do focus in on the OTC market. So hopefully I've shared some key information here that you can put to use. Now, another place I like to go, my new favorite place for news, is stocktitan.net. This is a great site, folks. It brings in news for all the companies, OTC, blue chip, all of them. And you get the news chronological order, the most recent up at the top. This site uses AI. And what I like about it is it breaks the news down for me very quickly. If I come into this piece of news, it'll give me a blurb. It has read the whole piece of news. And rather than me have to read the whole piece of news, which is down here, I can just read this blurb. And if I want it even faster, I can just read the pro and con bullets. Bing, 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 which is what a lot of people like to read. So every day I come over here pre-market between 7:20 and 9 in the morning, and I post on that home business page on Facebook, on Twitter, and Discord news from here. I post the bullets in the positive. Every now and then I'll grab a negative if I think it's really important. And I'll take a picture of this. So you get all of this information at once. But they give you a lot of other information over here. You can, at a glance, see the headline news, how often it's coming out. You can get your market cap. You can get your float, insider ownership, institutional ownership, short percentage, lots of information from this one page. And this is all free. You ain't got to pay for this. They do have a pay for version. I think the news may be delayed by 30 seconds or something like that. It's not a big thing. The other thing I really like about this site is they've got a free momentum scanner. Now this is very unique, folks. This scanner is using AI to measure the impact of news on the price on the charts. That's how you get this right here. And this is refreshed constantly. It's just happening all the time. The alert count, this one is up at 25. That means it's been alerted 25 times. Where? Down here. Yeah, these come in live. You can see it's happening right now. They put bullets here, why it may be running. Oh, you got to love that. They tell you the percentage that it's at. If it just started to run, this is a brand new runner, aftermarket, CMBT. She's up 4% at 4:22 in the afternoon. Oh, I missed my 4:20 appointment. I'll be right. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. So you've got this scanner over here, and you can use this absolutely free all day. And I use this, folks. I use this all day. I come over here. Now, one of the tricks I've done is I come to the back here, because these are the fresh ones. These are the ones that haven't been alerted a lot. So ones that are new. Look at all these new ones. Bing, 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 bing. I like that they tell you these are just starting to run. Aftermarket, AEMD, BNAI, SLRX. We got a lot of runners aftermarket. It seems news is coming out. Phase 3 success right there on DRMA, right? So this is an excellent site, folks. If you want to pay for it, go ahead and pay for it. I do have a pay for prescription. I do have a paid for subscription. Every now and then I sign into it, and I really don't notice the difference. Some of the differences are that I get more search. I can search not just titles, but I can search words inside the news presses, so I can find news presses about certain things I'm looking for. That's what you get with paid for and other things. And then another page I use, we trade a lot of halts at Pennybois, folks. Every day in the morning, I cannot keep up with them. There are so many halts. Let me see. This is, these are all today's. Every single one of them. I'm trying to find the start of the day right here. So right there is the first one of the day at 9:37 in the morning. And you can see by 10 in the morning, right there, we've already had basically a dozen of them. Boom, boom, boom. And a couple of them are happening over and over again. Right? Sky, bull. So we can catch these over here. Now I'm over here at NewYorkStockExchange.com/trade-halts. There are lots of pages that can give you halts. And yes, I am on the New York Stock Exchange page, but they don't just show me their exchange. They show me all the halts. So it's not like they're picking and choosing. I get to see them all over here. And the halts are big money makers for us because these are like pent up pressure. The stock gets so hot because so many shares are moving at one time, or the price is moving so fast, they just stop it. You can't trade it. It's halted for a few minutes. They just pull the car over, turn it off, let it cool down. Once it cools down, it gets back on the road and starts running again. If it gets too hot, they'll pull it over, turn it off, and let it cool down. If a stock has more than one halt, each halt can get a little bit longer than the one before. And they can get pretty long if you're sitting around waiting for them. We like to play these because they bounce. If you look at a chart when it's halted, you can see all the MAs are pointed up, all the oscillators are pointed up, volume's high, high bubble. It's like, wow, look at that thing. I should have got in. Get in. We have two ways to play these. We've got a strategy that I created. I use a trailing stop loss. There's a lot of brokers that will let you put an order in, but it won't happen until the stock is on the market. But you can get the order in. And I'll put in an order above the price. If the price is at $7, I'll come in at $7.40. Yeah, I'll try to get up way up there. I know it sounds high, but when it comes out of halt, it can jump very fast, very high. And if I'm too close, it could just zoom by me and I'm out of the game. But if it comes in lower, I'm going to get the best price. So it's a win-win situation for me. And then I put a trailing stop loss on it because I don't know how high this bad boy is going to go. And it can be volatile. It can bounce as it's climbing, or it can just shoot straight up. So I do like to put in 8 to 10% of my trailing stop loss on a halted stock while it's halted. Then we got Scott over at Pennybois. He's got his own strategy he created, which seems to work well, and it's not as risky. It's more planned. He takes note of what the high is on that halt. Then if it dips, which a lot of them do, when it starts to come back up, when it is getting close to that halt high that we took note of, you put in a bid 2 cents over the halt. If it breaks the halt and hits your bid at 2 cents and you activate, you just put in a new high above the old high and boom, it normally runs. You normally lit the fuse there for a nice pop and you take that quick gain and you get out. So those are two ways. There's probably other ways to play them as well. So those are the pages that I use. But of course, there's one other place that I use all day long, and so should you. Anybody tell me what that is? Who said that? Dino. You the man. He's absolutely right. Your scanner. Your trading platform most likely has a scanner, right? Well, this is telling you the hot stocks right now. And you're going to be able to tweak your view to what you're looking for. Now me, I have a basic scan I put in every day of 001 to $5. That's a penny stock. Yeah, I know a penny stock goes down to 0001, but I'm not looking at 0001 to 0009. Just not my interest. These stocks don't move fast enough for me. I'm looking for faster moving stocks. And actually, the best fast moving stocks are between the price of $2 and $4. These are the stocks that are going to $10, $15, $20, $30. So yeah, you can look at a stock down there that's cheap and you can get a lot and you can make gains. I'm not saying you can't, but I've been over at Pennybois now for a few months on this page playing stocks every day. And the stocks that take the biggest gains, the ones that make us the most money, are stocks between $2 and $4 that start getting hot. These are the ones giving us our profits. So you can put volume at the top so you can see which stocks have the most volume. You can mark change. You can get the percentage change. In the morning, if you are scanning, I do a lot of scans pre-market. I want to see what's running before the bell. Well, you cannot use percentage change on Thinkorswim. It's zeros all the way down. There's nothing there. So you've got to use mark change. Mark change will show you percentage gains or losses pre-market. So that's why that was there. And I am always looking for them. Now, I've got my computer, my Thinkorswim set up so that I have shortcuts. I have connected this yellow 2 to my scanner. You see them here. So when I click one of those, I get an instant chart over there. And instantly, I can see what's going on. Oh, look at that bad boy running after market. That's DHAI. Yeah, she is still pushing. So I have this advantage. And I use this, and you can use it. You can look up a lot of different stocks this way. There are a lot of different filters, and we're not going to go into it. But basically, folks, that is it right there. And these 3 pages, that's all I use. One for trading halts, nyse.com. One for news with a scanner, stocktitan.net. And then the otcmarkets.com website for all of my general research on all the stocks. I get my share structure, my financials, my filings, my news. I get most of that right here. I need anything else, well, I'll go looking elsewhere. But for the most part, that's it, folks. So 3 pages, which I keep right here at the end of all of my other tabs, so I know exactly where they're at, and my scanner, and I am good for the day. That takes care of all of my needs and everybody else's needs, which are a lot. I guarantee you, folks, I do a lot of research every day. I do know how to do it quickly, and this is how I do it. So maybe it'll help you. I appreciate your time. Remember, the more you know, the more you're going to grow. See you, folks.